All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's the Brothers of Great Millstone Charlotte coming at you with another lesson through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, before we get started with this lesson, as always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Kodash. Double honors, as always, to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that do rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. Habayav Dawud, the hopeful elect. To you we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. And as you can see from the title of this installment, all right, we are to forsake the Western way. All right. Forsake the Western mind, because as we continue to, see our people, so to speak, age in this society, they've continually gotten worse. Right. And that is a side effect of the Western way. All right. This modern lifestyle, which when you go into that word modern, it means an experiment, right? Because it's contrary to the ancient ways, which our forefathers stood upon and was battle tested and proven to be the way of which we are to live. All right. You got anything?
Just real quick. It's the definition of forsake in the Free Dictionary. It reads, to give up something formerly held dear, to renounce, to leave altogether, to abandon. So us separating ourselves from the ways of this world is us abandoning these former lives, man, right? Which aren't lives at all, right? It's all the things that we used to do and used to be engulfed in were things that were leading us to death, So that's why it's important to abandon these things, man, even though you may have held them dear, in the past,
Right. You got to be willing to abandon that life to truly obtain it.
Right.
You got to abandon this life to attain your true life. I got a precept for you right quick, bro.
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 17 and verse 25, red letter Yahushai speaking. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Hey, we losing our lives on this side, man, right? But this loss is great gain, because while you lose here, you're gaining Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. You're gaining the hope of salvation, right? You're gaining the mercy of the Lord, to be able to endure these coming calamities, man. That's what we put all our eggs in that basket, right? We're not consumed with the ways of this world, with these Western philosophies, this Westernization, right? We're not consumed with the wine of Babylon the Great, man. So all the things that we're doing are to push forward the ministry,
Yep, that's right. You can get that as that Jeremiah.
It's Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Yep, you gotta spiritually flee. Right?
Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
This is the time of the Lord's vengeance, right? And we see these things being set up, all right, gradually to lead to the all-out destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, according to the scriptures, man.
That's right.
Which will be destroyed via thermonuclear destruction, all right? And those concentrated laser beams coming down from the chariots,
That's right,
will also be there to add fuel to the fire, so to speak, okay? But that's the judgment that's to come from the Lord, man,
right,
for all the wickedness and abominations done in the midst, right? You just had a lady that just ran by with the Rainbow Coalition flag, right? This is exactly why this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, man.
right.
All right. These people have gotten prideful more and more. Matter of fact, let me grab something right quick, if I may.
Okay.
Because a lot of these people, in their pride, they're blinded to their error. They're blinded to their wrongdoings.
Right.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Okay? So here it is, 2023. These people aren't getting any better, right? The people of this world that are westernized in their minds, they uplift this culture, right? Their whole focus is how can they become more wicked, right? How can they fully set themselves up to do according to the lust of the flesh, right? Which is going to play a part in them being faced with the Lord's vengeance, man.
That's right.
Right? You didn't forsake this life that was contrary to what was pleasing unto him. So the Lord is going to pour out that vengeance on your ass too.
That's right.
Keep it.
It's Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
It's a little bit more on the latter.
Jeremiah 51 and 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Right, now it tells us in the book of Revelation, as much as she has rendered unto you, render unto her double. Right? The judgment of Babylon the Great is going to be cataclysmic. Okay? Its judgment is going to be one that's going to literally supersede the judgment of Egypt. Right? As will the salvation of the elect supersede the salvation of Egypt. Right? The deliverance. So with all of these things, you have to understand, you need to set yourself in order. All right? As the scriptures tell us to. All right? Set thyself in order. Gird up thy loins as a man. Because the times that we're coming into, you need to be prepared to face these things, man. Reality is a cold dish to a nigga that don't want to listen. All right? And unfortunately, a lot of our people that are stuck in this Western way, they can't see that coming.
Exactly.
Right? They can't see the Lord's anger upon this place. They can't see the Lord preparing to visit this place. Right? They can't see Babylon the Great being destroyed. Right? But through the Holy Spirit and by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's grace, we have that eye salve to see these things afar off. We see them on the horizon.
Just real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So as the brother's going into, we're renouncing the ways of Babylon, man. We're renouncing these past lives. We're renouncing this entire system, man, right? Which is corruption, right? We see corrupt things repeatedly on a daily basis, man. So we renounce all of this, in order for us to be built up in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man.
Right.
To get our houses in order so that we can be prepared for the coming tragedies that we're about to see, man.
That's right. Jake isn't going to be prepared, man. How can you be prepared if you never detached? If the times that we're coming into, right, as was prophesied in Daniel, the 12th chapter, is a time as never before, and you didn't lean on anything other than this man's system that's going to face this hell, you're ill prepared, man.
Right.
You're leaning upon a person that's not going to be able to help you, as it tells you in the book of Isaiah 30 and 7. Right? His strength is going to be to stand still in that moment. He ain't going to help you. That's why we're telling our people, right, to seek the Lord in sincerity and in truth.
Right.
To hell with this damn world, man. This world is nothing more than a big fuckery, man.
Right.
It's a clusterfuck of wickedness and madness. You got people over here that's chopped off their rods, right? People that have sewn on breasts, right? Women have sewn on a dick, right? Me and the brother was speaking earlier. The these NPC people, just mental health, all fucking going crazy, man.
Right.
Which is really these demons, man. These people really got demons on them.
Right.
But this is what happens when you drink that cup of Babylon.
That's it. Man. Hey, what's the Babylon means confusion, man. And we're in Babylon the Great, so we're in the midst of great confusion. Right? Great mental illness, great sickness of the minds out here, man. Right? What's his name? Ronald Reagan let all those people out the nut house, a long time ago, and we're seeing the results of those mindsets being intermingled amongst the communities, man. Jeremiah.
Yeah, you go back to, was it more on that second Ezra?
That was pretty much it.
Okay, yeah, we go back to Jeremiah.
This is back in Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. And the nations have drunken of her wine.
Right, the nations have drunken of her wine. Right, speaking of the doctrines and philosophies that came out of Babylon the Great. Right, which have been shown and proven to be detrimental to a nation's establishment, man. Right? You know, America, from its inception, Israelites, you've been that nation that's been fucked up, right? So you may think that your way of living isn't anything that's, you know, so to speak, wrong.
Right.
Because you was brought up in it for so long. But for nations that have literally been taken over through imperialism, right, that had these, you know, various cultures that their forefathers upheld and standards and ethics, right? When their nations were invaded and flooded with that wine of Babylon, shit looks like night and day.
Right.
Just to paint the image of how potent that wine is, man.
So I can grab this real quick.
Come on. You know, that's why it's important, again, man, to forsake the Western way. Denounce it.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Going into that wine, man. You know, the wine that Babylon is giving the world, right? They're presenting these philosophies to the entire earth, right? And it's destroying all these cultures, right? Even though they're going off in their own right, you know, Babylon is causing them to go completely left.
Right.
They're causing them to go entirely after the false ways of Babylon the Great. They're putting that Edomite mindset, that Edomite spirit, you know, on all these cultures. You know, where they had once, They had a standard to some degree before. Now we're seeing that decadence, that decay take place in all these places, man.
Right. And that's, like you said, they taking on these Edomite ways, right? These heathen ain't no better.
Right.
But it's the fact that you're taking on the doctrines of the basis of man. That's what makes this shit 10 times worse.
Exactly. It's back in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, and that's twofold, man. These nations are literally going crazy, but they're also mad at the beast, man.
Yep.
Right, they're mad at Babylon the Great. They're mad at the Edomite hegemony, right? Because of all the wickedness that's been forwarded out of this place and how they pretty much were, you know, used as a footstool, so to speak. Right? They got all of these benefits and trinkets, but it really wasn't worth anything when they look at what happened to their nation.
Exactly. Continuing on, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
Right. This is already destined to happen, man. As the scriptures tell us that this word is faithful and true. The destruction of Babylon is already written, man.
Exactly.
The reward is already set. All right, we're just living these things out in real time. All right, this living text has already confirmed the destruction of Babylon.
Right.
So what does that mean to a sensible person? If you understand that Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, what should you be doing? Setting yourself aright, getting your house in order, seeking after the Lord, offending less, doing what's pleasing unto him. First and foremost, repenting and believing in the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because the reward is already set. The Western way is going to be destroyed regardless.
Exactly. Real quick, this 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11 point. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved or destroyed, right? What manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness, man? You know, so how should you be conducting yourself, you know, in these times when you understand that everything you see is about to be destroyed, man? This whole system is about to be uprooted. So what is your mindset supposed to be? How are you supposed to be maneuvering, you know, knowing that these things are to come? I'll jump back.
You can drop that. That's it on that. Go to Jeremiah 6 and 16. Because the point we're trying to make to Jake is, look, man, this Western way is done away with, okay? There's no healing of this place, right? There's no restoration of the American way, right? It's completely done.
Right.
It's at its wit's end. Because wickedness can't go forever, man.
Right.
All right? The scriptures speak about how the Lord pretty much measures out the nations, right? Their tenure.
Right.
They have an appointed time to where they just reach that quota, that appointed reign, and then after that, it's just a fall. America isn't any different.
And we're real close to their maximum wickedness, man. And we're about to see the greatest fall to ever happen, man.
That's right.
You know? It's Jeremiah 6 and 16. Oh, sorry. 6 and 16. Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
Right, ask for the old path, man. What is the old path? The scriptures, man. It's truth.
Right.
The law, statutes, and commandments. The law, statutes, and commandments, right? Which were proven to be of a better fit to us, man. It was the way of how we prospered. It was the way of how we were well ordered. The standard. Keep reading.
Stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein.
Right, stand ye in the old paths, and look. Shit, look around you.
Right.
You got this way, the Western way. This shit definitely ain't working. Especially for you Israelites, man.
Right.
This system has been designed specifically to engulf you in a manner of sin that keeps you at the very bottom, man.
Exactly.
That keeps you as that low tree, pursuant to Ezekiel the 17th chapter. Right?
That's crazy, man. It's continuing on. Stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein? And ye shall find rest for your souls.
Mm-hmm.
But they said,
and ye shall find rest for your souls, Jake. This is what we telling you.
Exactly.
This desperation to find purpose, this desperation to have peace, rest, right? No fear. It's found here in your scriptures, man.
That's it.
You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you got to get in accordance with what the Lord is telling you to do. You've been trying to play this game of I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, but it ain't work for you.
Right.
That's that Western shit. That you can do whatever you want to do. This spirit of Aleister Crowley, do as thou wilt. That's not how the Lord works. He expects certain things to be done in a certain way, and when you do it, he rewards you for it.
Exactly.
You prosper.
So like, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein? And you shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
Right. You don't want to adhere to the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Are you dumb? You crazy, man. That's why the scriptures say what? My people are revolted and are gone. Right? 2/3 of our people, they're just not going to adhere to what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai deems as the way that's profitable to them. All right? They're not willing to forsake the Western way. But, as we read in Jeremiah 51, when the Lord rewards Babylon the Great, its judgment, you're going to be found here along with them. Along with all the Babylonians, right? All the heathen, the Edomites, the 2/3 that are here. You're going to be right there along with them, knowing that you had the chance of getting out of this judgment. But you wanted to do whatever the hell you wanted to do.
Right. Real quick. It's Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, right? Forsake, abandon, separate yourself, right? For this is not your rest. So you can't find rest here, man. No matter how much money you get, no matter how much status you get, no matter how much acclaim you get, whatever you get on this side, you still aren't going to have rest, man, because we're in captivity, right? So you have to separate yourself first and foremost spiritually, right? And coming back to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So like the brother was saying, you intermingle among all this madness, you're going to be destroyed right along with these people, man, right? Because you're allowing yourself to be surrounded with the polluted mindsets, man, right? You're not coming out of this Babylonian mindset, this Babylonian way of thinking. So now you're going to be destroyed with a sword destruction because you wouldn't depart from these false ways, man.
That's right. That's what we telling our people, man. Like, I don't think you really understand the judgments that's going to befall the people that don't adhere to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, can you grab that? It's matter of fact, let me grab it for you. It's in Revelation. It's a lot here. This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. Now, death and hell is representative of America, right? Because what is death, right? It's sin. When you sin, you're liable to die, okay? And this is hell because of the estate of our plight, man.
Exactly.
Right? Our plight in here in America is hell. And it says we're cast into the lake of fire, speaking of the thermonuclear destruction, man. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Okay, that includes the Edomites, the heathen, and you 2/3 niggas, man.
Exactly.
But the difference is between the heathen and 2/3, they had the opportunity of repentance. Excuse me, they had the opportunity of repentance afforded to them. But they chose to not adhere to it.
Right.
You literally have this opportunity to forsake the Western way, to come out of the midst of Babylon, detach yourself spiritually, and seek after righteousness, to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but yet you choose not to. So when the judgments befall 2/3 of our people, that is what it is.
Right. So weird.
You get that, can you get Jeremiah 18 and 15?
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18 and verse 15. Because my people have forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths.
Right, it has caused them to stumble in their ways, man. See, when you keep on thinking in this idea of the Western mind, you keep forwarding this idea of, overcome,
right,
prosperity. Here in America, you serious?
Right.
All these heathen nations can see clearly America is at its wit's end. But the Israelites is the only niggas that's trying to fight for this place to thrive.
Exactly.
They fighting hard, not understanding that this place is going to be destroyed, man.
Right.
America is Babylon the Great. It's adverse to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. What you think's going to happen?
Right. It's doomed.
It's doomed. We just read the account in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter.
Exactly.
This shit already got its written. It's already written what's going to happen to this place, man.
Right.
Can you read that from the top once more?
Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 15. Because my people hath forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, They have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths, to walk in paths in a way not cast up.
Right, in a way not cast up, a way of no benefit, man.
Yep.
Right? You're so engulfed in this Western way that you see the truth as something that's wicked. Right? Can you get that in, I think it's 2 Peter's, the 3rd chapter? 2 Peter's 3 and 12 or 2 and 12? Yeah, 2 Peter's 2 and 12.
It's the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts.
Natural brute beasts. 2/3 niggas is natural brute beasts, man. No real substance to you niggas, man.
Right. Made to be taken and destroyed. Speak evil of things that they know. They speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
Right, you gonna perish in your own corruption, man. You speaking evil of the scriptures, you speak evil against the men of the Lord, right, who serve as the ambassadors of the kingdom of heaven, right?
Yep.
You speak evil of us, but you don't speak any evil of the actual corruption that's found here in Babylon the Great.
Right.
The massive pedophile rings, right? The massive orgies, sex trafficking, satanic occult sacrifices, right? You don't have anything evil to say against that, but when it comes to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, you got to run your fucking mouth. That's why you're going to die in your own corruption, man. Because you didn't change. You didn't reform your mind. You still stuck in the way of westernization, which has, could you get Isaiah 5 and 20? If you had anything else, we'll wrap with that. You know? You're stuck in this corruption of this Western mind that has programmed you to think evil of these things, man.
Right. The things that they don't understand, man. You know? Jake, you know, you can count on Jake to speak and have the most to say about something they have no true knowledge in, man.
Yep.
Right? And how much more the scriptures, right? They weren't blessed to receive this, but then they want to talk about it because they see, you know, what's going on out here, man. But because what we speak is contrary to how they feel or what they think is about to happen, this is why they speak up against us so virulently, man. You know, we're seeing the Christian church, you know, they're finally stepping outside and trying to teach and preach, but they have no understanding, right? So as brute beasts, they come against what they don't understand, man. You know? It's Isaiah 5 and 12.
5 and 12.
The book of chapter, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink.
Right, and that's exactly what the Western mind thinks, man. Right? A complete system that's upside down, right? As the scripture says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. The Edomite was meant to do this.
Right.
Now it's your job to see the madness and wake the hell up, to detach. Like, okay, nah, I'm not with this shit no more. I've learned my lesson.
Right.
This ain't it. I think the path of righteousness is the way that we need to be on right now.
Right.
For forever. But no, Jake is complacent. Jake is like, look, this is the way I want to be in. Right? Hey, as the scriptures say, there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is the ways of death. A lot of our people are going to die because they won't detach from the Western way.
Right.
And that's what this lesson was for. For you to get an understanding of why you should detach. Right? What's going to happen for not detaching. Okay? You have anything to close out with?
It's like you say, bro. You know, why not try righteousness, man? You see this shit don't work, man. Every single day, you watch yourself move further and further backwards, man. Yep. Every step you take, you know, you're not gaining any ground. So why not try something different instead of staying in these same ways, man? Right? Separate yourself from this, this Babylonian captivity, in the mind first, in the spirit, and serve the Lord and see how much good it'll do for you, man.
Yep.
But like the brother said, the majority of our people will refuse, and cling and hold fast to this wicked lifestyle to their detriment, man, to their ultimate destruction,
That's right. Yep. Hey, so Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors, as always, to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone and taught us the truth, and that do rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. Habayaf Dawadah, the hopeful elect. Unto you we say Shalom.
Shalom.